Good morning. I welcome everyone to Moment to Learn with Lola. I am Lola Odeyale, the icon of fragrance. I started on another topic, succeeding at interviews. I said interview is a one-on-one conversation between an interviewer and interviewee. And I said there are several types of interviews. I said we're going to be looking at tips for successful interview. We're going to be looking at questions and how to answer them. But before I move on today, I want to talk about important skills for an interview. There are some skills that you need to have. Punctuality. A lot of times in Nigeria, we hear all sorts. African time. If you have an interview scheduled for 10 a.m., it is advisable that you are there at least 30 minutes to the time. Don't get in there at 2 minutes to 10 and say you are early. It's an important skill that you should have. The other one is professionalism. There is need to be professional in all your dealings and all that you do. A bit of ethics in all that you do. Another very important skill is communication. I'm talking about this because when we get to those tips, I will elaborate more. Communication. Communication is very, very important because you are going to be conversing with somebody or with a group of people. And communication is not just restricted to verbal. The non-verbal also matters. So these are skills that are very important that one needs to know about. When I get to tips, I will elaborate on them because one needs to be able to speak very well, speak correct English. You discover that a lot of times when people are speaking, they are not able to speak well. It's an important skill an important skill for interviews. The non-verbal communication is also very important. The body language, the eye contact, how you present yourself, how you sit, are you sitting tensely? All these very, very important. Another important skill for interviews is what we call listening. Don't just hear what you want to hear, you must listen well. Active listening. You need to listen very well. Listen to everything, including even the non-verbal of the interviewer, if you are the interviewee. Another skill that is important is asking questions. I'm sure somebody will say, do I need to ask questions as an interviewee? Yes, you need to if you have the opportunity to. Another skill is confidence. You need to be confident, not arrogant, not feeling pompous, but you need to be confident and speak assertively. These skills are very, very important for interviews. Before I go on to talk about the tips succeeding at interviews, and we're also going to look at questions and how to answer them. I also want to talk about the fact that there is need to have a good resume. A lot of people, when they hear the word resume, they begin to wonder. A resume is the same as what we all know, the curriculum vitae. That's what tells, in summary, everything about you. Some things are important to be on your resume. Your contact information. People would have resumes and there's no functional phone number or emails. How will you be contacted for this interview in the first instance? So there is need for you to put on your resume your contact information. your personal statement, a short, brief personal profile about yourself, like a summary of all that you have been able to achieve or who you are or what you can offer. Another thing that should be on your resume is your work experience. What have you done? Where have you worked? And what did you do while there? Another one is education. And another one is skills. What are you skillful at? There are other things that should be on the resume which you can put there to make your resume good. They are not as compulsory as the first 5 that I just mentioned. Your contact information, your personal profile or statement, work experience, education, skills. Other ones that you could put there are your professional certifications, professional associations, or personal associations. Languages. If you're good at a language, if you're fluent at it, if you're proficient at it, you can put it French, Spanish, German, Chinese, whatever it is. It will be an added advantage for you depending on the job you are vying for. Additional trainings and courses, conference participation, publications if you have written any, awards if you have received any, volunteer experience. It's important. When I go to talk about the tips succeeding, I would mention something about volunteer experience, because some people will say, oh, they saw a job and they said 5 years work experience, and I just left school 2 years ago or 1 year ago. Where am I going to get the experience from? If you have volunteered while in school, maybe in your department or in your fellowship, or even in your neighborhood, these are part of experiences that could qualify you for the job. Most of the time, we neglect volunteer experiences and we think, oh, we are not able to get those jobs. I am going to continue on this topic, succeeding at interviews. Follow me on my Instagram, Twitter handle, Icon of Fragrance. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am available for questions and comments. Till I see you next time on Moment to Learn with Lola, I remain Lola Odeyale, the Icon of Fragrance. Thank you and see you next time.